sand in the sea. A search for meaning. Far from the noise of a giant city, an old sculptor named Siddharth lived by the shore. He had spent his entire life shaping clay and stone, but a quiet ache lived inside him. He felt he had never created his true masterpiece, the one thing that would outlive him. One evening he sat by the ocean and noticed a small boy building a sandcastle. The child worked carefully, carving doors, windows, even tiny towers. Siddharth walked over and asked, "Son, you're working so hard. The next wave will wash all this away. Why build it at all?" The boy smiled, held up his sandy hands and said, "Grandpa, the fun is in building it, not in keeping it." The first lesson, Siddharth froze. He had spent decades chasing permanence and forgotten the joy of the moment. That day, he decided to create a sculpture that captured human pain and hope, even if it didn't last forever. He began at once. He mixed his tears, his exhaustion, and his peace into the clay. Months passed. What emerged was a statue of a weeping mother holding a blooming flower. It felt alive, as if it might breathe at any moment. The test one night, a violent storm hit. Siddharth's hut began to shake. Nearby, a poor family stood drenched in the rain, their small child shivering from the cold. Siddharth had only one thing he could use to start a fire and shelter them: the wooden frames and cloth protecting his unfinished masterpiece. If he removed them, the rain would dissolve the soft clay. Years of work, his dream, gone. He looked at the statue once, then without hesitation, he pulled away every board and cloth to light a fire and give that family warmth and cover. Slowly, the rain turned the beautiful sculpture into a pile of mud. Tears filled Siddharth's eyes, but his heart felt strangely calm. The real masterpiece. At sunrise, the family was safe. The child was smiling. Siddharth's artwork no longer existed. Only a mound of wet clay remained. A passerby who had seen him working before asked, "Siddharth, you lost your greatest creation. Doesn't it break your heart?" Siddharth touched the clay and replied, "No. Today I learned that there is no art greater than humanity. That statue was made of clay, so it vanished. But the peace I gained by saving a child now lives inside me forever. A true masterpiece isn't something people admire. It's something that changes a life." The meaning. We often chase big achievements and forget the small moments and people that give life its real purpose. True love shows itself through sacrifice. Everything in this world fades except our actions and compassion. The joy isn't in the destination, it's in how we walk the path. What this really means is simple. The greatest thing you can ever create is not something the world sees, but something that makes the world kinder.